but what a great banger soundtrack.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And that's how did that all come together?
Okay, so that was when Dave Alvin didn't want to come back.
He didn't want to. He was in San Francisco, and he didn't want to. Just did what? Wasn't feeling it. Like what was it?
It just needed some rest,
Okay,
and
all
didn't
right, all right.
realize. I'm not sure if he realized what the whole situation was.
Yeah,
Uh, but basically, and David Jaricki was probably living in St. Croix, an island,
yeah,
at the time. But he happened to be visiting his family. It was just one of those meant to be things, right?
yeah.
And so uh, David Lynch calls me up and says, "You got a guitar player?" And just so happened that I had just gotten off the phone with Jaricki. And so
Right.
I said, yeah, we do. And so basically, we went to Capitol Records up there in Hollywood, the building that looks like it's a stack of records. It's round.
Yeah, yeah. It's like
You
a
can see it right off the
cylinder.
freeway.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
know it well. Yeah,
Right. Okay. And so basically, David Lynch wanted a 3-note bass line. That was his big thing in his head, was a 3-note bass line.
yeah.
So he got working with Don Falzone, and Don was playing the stand-up bass with the bow.
Right.
So
Yeah.
yeah, that was basically it. And then I'm not sure exactly where but we settled on the triplet, kind of
Yeah.
a slow blues stripper kind of beat, I guess. And
Totally.
then
Yeah.
yeah, and then Lynch and the engineer put a triplet delay in
Yeah.
tempo, and so all of a sudden I'm at a Headley Grange, with whoever that engineer was, and John Bonham, when the levee broke or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, only in a triplet form, right?
Yeah.
And
Sure.
so all of a sudden, it's like adding to our vibe and adding to, like, we're getting more out of every note, so we're not even like space, it's allowing us to play less and still
Right.
make a lot out of it, right?
Like it
And
sounds like
so,
it's recorded real close, like real compressed, kind of.
oh
Just
yeah,
like not like banging it out necessarily, but real
yeah.
subtle.
I mean, we weren't playing soft, but we weren't playing like
Yeah.
viciously hard either. Yeah.
Not like Blue Cheers.
No, not we weren't growling,
Right.
um, and so um, and we did another one, and it was called Blue Frank, and that plays a little bit later in the movie,
Yeah.
but it's a much more angular, not nearly as fun as the Pink Room.
Yeah.
But the Pink Room just really caught a vibe, just the whole thing of it. Apparently, it was like a coffee house classic at the time. The hipsters liked it, and I love the song. And a lot of people talk to me about the song,
Sure.
as being something special to them, and it was special to us. And I mean, even the ending, where there really wasn't an ending, we had played and played, and so I just started hitting these big,
Yeah. The more crashy.
crashes.
Yeah.
I just and I thought, oh, he'll cut this out,
Yeah.
And then when he left it in, I
Nope.
realized, that's actually good music.
Yeah.
It seemed like such a throwaway kind of part, and then I realized, no, that's actually, and you learn in reverse sometimes. You learn by what you don't exactly know what you're playing, and then when you hear it back, you go, oh, that's a good idea. That's
Yeah.
almost nothing, but that sounded really good at the time, for that particular part of the song. So,
Because even a small change like that can like change up the dynamic
I know,
so
it was,
dramatically.
yeah. So,
I mean, I remember Cheryl Lee just giving like props to that song specifically about it.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah. She like,
Nice. Yeah.
which I mean, it perfectly embodies the vibe. Like as
Yeah.
much so as anything else within the Twin Peaks world, just maybe aside from like the main theme song, you know.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. Okay, so we did this on a Monday, and then Tuesday and Wednesday we were on set. We were in the scene.
Right. Oh, right. Because you're in the.
Yeah.
Sure. Of course. Yeah.
And they've got speakers that are big, and they're playing our music plenty loud.
Right.
And Lynch keeps going, more smoke, you know.
There is a lot of smoke there.
They have the red clear light bulbs and the white clear light bulbs strung around the room, and they've got all these people in all this fancy French underwear, and a girl has to strip naked on the stage with us every time we do a take.
Right. Sounds
People
terrible.
are having oral sex underneath the booths and everything.
Right, yeah.
So it was definitely the most sexed up scene in the whole movie. And so we go there on a Tuesday, and then we go back on the Wednesday. It's the same shit. The next day, they actually added a guy who had to strip too.
Right.
He never made it into the movie, but it was just like, oh, just another day at the office, honey. You know, no
clocking in.
No big deal here, you know. So it was a really unique in my life kind of experience. Sure. Yeah. And then after that, there's a wreck because David Jericki has passed away.
That's the Fox, of course, which is horrible. The Fox Bat strategy, right? Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So that resulted in that, and we probably would have continued, but then David Lynch had a divorce, and so all of a sudden we weren't getting together anymore.
Yeah.
But I guess we got about 6 or 8 songs out of that became that record. Yeah. A tribute to David. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's I mean, it's so interesting because it's there's such a cultural shorthand for it that, you know, it's just there's certain things in life that are just undeniably cool. That's a cool thing. There's like no matter your thoughts on Twin Peaks or Fire Walk with Me specifically, that is a cool thing.
Right. The funny thing too is like we would get together in the studio, and we didn't really know what we were heading for.
Right.
We would start getting, you know, try different beats, but pretty soon we would land on one beat, and then that would stay, and then Jericki would I don't know, just start creating chord changes somehow.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, we have a song form, and then Lynch hands Jericki a piece of paper with a list of words on it.
Oh, that he wrote for the. Wow. Okay. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and then Jericki would go out, and he would just like look at the words, listen to the music, make up a melody on the spot in real time. Not like, oh, give me another take. He would like start kicking ass right away.
Just be going.
And just sang these songs. I mean, they can break your heart, some of those songs.
Yeah.
And this is the best recording of anything that we've ever gotten for David Jericki. So I was really happy about that part of it. But David's just innate music ability, you know, Jericki's ability, it's just staggering in a way, just staggering, you know. So yeah, the fact that he can just walk out there and make a melody and sing these songs like this is, he wrote it, and this is what he meant to do for months on end. He had 5 minutes